Hello everyone, my name is Isabel and I'm gonna talk about the case of Meisje van Nulde. It is a case that's very famous in the Netherlands where it happened, and not a lot of people know about it. It all started when Wanda Rickers and Martin Hausman started a relationship when Wanda was about 19 years old. After a little bit of relationship, they had the first daughter, Rowena Rickers, in 96 or 97, and in 98 they had Rochelle Rickers, the second daughter, and they both went through a rough path. After a while in their relationship, they split up, and Wanda and Martin Hausman, they had some discussions to see who would have both girls. After a while, it was accorded it would be Wanda. After some time, she met a guy named Michael J, and she moved to his house in Rotterdam. Before Michael J was in the life of the girls and the mother, Martin Hausman and the girls would have a nice relationship. Meanwhile, Wanda was not together with Michael J, and after he joined the family, the contact that Martin had with the girls lessened and lessened. Michael J was apparently an art painter that lived on the 13th floor of a building. He was into martial arts and he weighed approximately 120 kilos. The apartment that he lived with Wanda was not very well furnished, and the two girls, they shared the same mattress on the floor. Between April and May of 2001, Rowena would have visits to her father, Martin Hausman, and in this visit he noticed that she was looking a bit afraid of Mike J, and she ended up telling him that she was being hit by him and that she was being locked in the dog cage. Mike indeed with time was revealing himself to be kind of violent, and especially to the girls, especially actually to Rowena, because whenever she did something that he deemed not to be well behavior, he would hit her, assault her. When Martin noticed that something wrong was happening with Rowena, he contacted the child services, but they told him that he shouldn't take so seriously a word of a 4-year-old. And disappointed, he went to the police, and the police said the same thing, unfortunately. On August 27 of 2001, the body of an unknown girl was found in Nulde Beach. But her body wasn't fully there. A few days later, they found a head in a place called Wilvermeer, and alongside the same place called Wilvermeer, a hand was found in October. It was hard to determine who she was exactly due to the decomposition state of the body. There was a craniofacial reconstitution professional hired to help out in the case, and her name was Caroline Wilkinson. She studied the bones of the body of the girl, and she determined that she had a large nose and she had a pretty big gap between her teeth. Kids' faces are harder to determine because they have unformed faces. Within a week, they made a clay model of the studies of the face, and this model was released to the press. Rowena was identified by her community, and also due to the fact that she wasn't seen for a few days already. A DNA test was capable of confirming that this was actually Rowena, so a very big amount of suspicion arose to Mike J, and ended up that him and Wanda fled to Spain. What happened is that Rowena has been abused for 2 months by Mike, and she was being hit on her stomach whenever she did something that he didn't find of good behavior. Rowena was suffering from pain. She had a bruised belly and she couldn't eat. She was being locked in a dog cage, and Mike said initially that he had found her already dead, but later on he withdrew the statement. On 15th of August, Mike killed her, and he got afraid of it, so he sawed her into pieces and put her in the freezer. On the 25th and 25th, he disposed the body along the Wilvermeer. Wanda was sentenced to 8 years in prison for connection with the crime, and Mike was sentenced to 12 years and 12 months. Wanda even had a third kid born in jail, in which she just remained for 3 years of the 8, and afterwards she had a new identity and she built a new family. Rowena's reconstruction was the first one of the kind in the world, and Rowena's mom declined the idea of having the reconstruction put in a museum. When Rowena's father, Martin Hausman, learned that Mike could have unsupervised leave from jail, Rowena's biological father, Martin Hausman, files a complaint when he learned that Mike could have unsupervised leave from jail. And he thinks until nowadays that the punishment system fails. He still advocates in the cause of his daughter. This is a short case, but I hope you liked it, and I see you next time. Bye bye!